Welcome to a special edition of Politics Done Right. I'm here with Robby Caban in Atlanta, Georgia. She is what I call an activist real estate agent. And she goes around the neighborhood, folks, and she really tells the truth about what's going on out there. Robby, welcome to Politics Done Right. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Alberto. I'm glad we could do this on the fly.
Look, let me tell you. First of all, I must give kudos to you on on the Tamara for Georgia program earlier today. I saw you going through the neighborhood, and what you showed us told me I had to get you live. How are you doing, Robby?
I'm good. I'm fine. I can take care of myself. I can provide for myself. This is about what is happening outside the walls of this compound of Tyler Perry Studios and what the media is showcasing and what these people are living like. And I'm going to get right into it because this is something that is just driving me nuts. Me tiene mal. And
Yo
I don't want
entiendo.
to, yeah, I don't want to exploit anybody or anything, but right here, just to give the viewers some context, this is a wall that's behind this 300 acres that Tyler Perry owns. And as you can see, City of Atlanta, tree removal, zoning application, they're taking care of what they need to take care of for him. But this gentleman, Benito, at this bus stop, as you can see, this guy has no shirt on, right? Sorry about the... And we're here in the heart of Atlanta, and you see this used to be a gas station that got bought. And
Right.
actually, there's nothing here. It's a food desert. This compound of 300 acres that he's so proud, everyone's so proud, he owns it outright, no corporate sponsors. He got that at a deal for land from City of Atlanta because he was supposed to help this community. He was supposed to help this community. And this mierda wall hasn't even come down. I want you to see how far this wall goes. And this is Oakland City. And none of these people are being hired. And it's a city engagement problem. The process is a problem. This is a MARTA bus stop. There's not even a shelter here.
And this is right outside of Tyler Perry's studio.
Yes, this is the wall blocking his studios.
So in other words, Tyler Perry got his wall before Donald Trump got his.
No, the wall was there. Well, the wall was there. It was a fort.
Right.
This was a fort, about 500 acres. He got 300 acres. And look at what we're spending on our city for waste management. We're going to pay for this because he needs sewers to do this. And these are our city council right here. This is all of our city council, the president and the at-larges. Our at-larges are, let me show their names. Julian Bond, Matt Westmoreland, and Andre Kim. These are three at-larges, okay? Meaning they're responsible for the city as a whole. And I'm not trying to thank God there's a bus stop there. I'm not trying to exploit anybody, pero chacho, mira este hombre.
Mira, lo que te voy a decir, esto es como va la vaina siempre. This is how it is all of the times, right? As it turns out, we have on TV, Robby, what you're showing there, right? I think is very important because of this matter. How comes as they showed all the great fanfares, I think you told a story on Tamara for Georgia earlier today about there being fireworks and great fanfare to this right behind those walls. And right behind those walls are territories and properties that were gotten on the cheap because of the blight of the area.
Yeah, they basically, we had neighborhood associations who lobby. You see the sign that says I buy houses?
Right.
Well, so they lobbied City Hall, because they're not representative of the community collective, and they got tours throughout this area. And now on Campbellton Road, this whole block is boarded up, and everybody is getting flipped and pushed out and foreclosed on and displaced. And City of Atlanta has such a corruption problem right now that they're too busy trying to stay out of jail because of the indictments, the federal probes. Look at this. And there's seniors in this community. There are people who have lived here throughout this whole, mierda, and they're not getting anything. He has to, how you doing?
So let me ask you something, Robby. What's going to happen
go ahead, sir.
What's going to happen with the prices of all those boarded up homes now that the Tyler Perry studio is right down the road?
Come back in here to the right. And I almost wrecks a wreck every day.
A wreck every day. This is, I'm sorry, Berto, this is one of our residents, our
Oh,
seniors.
let me
He's
talk to
been
him.
here.
Let me
Okay,
talk to him.
sure. He's telling me about almost like a potential road hazard. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, let me ask him for me what he thinks about the studio taking over the
Now, he
area.
admit you will watch out the car.
It's a safety hazard. I got you. I'm
Roll
going
down
to
the
come
track.
back and I'll try to get this info. I want to know, what do you think about the Tyler Perry Studios here?
I've seen that difference.
I know.
The gate up there,
Yeah,
shit,
I know.
and if you go down further down, they screw it out, they cut holes in the fence.
Yeah.
What did he
Well, there
say?
you have it. Sir, I'll be right. He said he hasn't seen any difference. And
Of
the gate
course
is
not.
there. It's exactly. I'll
He
be
doesn't
right
need
back,
to
sir.
see
I'm
a
going to
difference.
finish
There's
this
a wall.
and then I'll come back. Okay.
Robby?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'm going to go back and talk to him. He's saying here there's a safety hazard. I'm going to go back after the show. But look, you can see here these boarded up houses. What was your question? Mira, look how City of Atlanta has us. It's even a hazard to walk in these streets. This man is walking with a cane.
Right. Now, let me ask you this, Robbie. What's going to happen to the
Sure.
prices of those homes in that area? All those
Oh, they're
boarded up
going to
homes.
skyrocket. They're going to skyrocket. These people are holding. These are LLCs. This is market manipulation. It's being allowed. There are brokers who have been in this area who deal with wholesalers, which operate off-market transactions. They're not even putting them on public market. And we have an affordability and a housing crisis and a homeless crisis. And look at all these houses that are here. Look, they're not even closed, Egberto. Look at this. Anything could happen to people in this situation. And these people don't pay any higher taxes than anybody else. And this is right here across the street from the Tyler Perry Studios that Michelle Obama, and my God, I have an immense amount of respect for Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey and Beyonce and anybody who makes something like that of themselves. But how does nobody know this?
Now, let me tell you, I'm happy that you say you have respect for all these people, right? Unfortunately, I don't share the same the same respect you share because I tell you, there's a cancer within our system. Because again, think about how Tyler Perry was able to get the properties that he have on the cheap. How was he able to get it? At whose behest was it? Who are the people that now victimized by what has occurred with that studio? Nobody tells that side of the story. They tell the side of the story of one man being able to monopolize on the misery of a lot of people. And by the way, Tyler Perry is no different than any other capitalist in this country. I don't want to hold it against him.
Right.
He's no different than any other person who does the same in Houston, who does the same in New York, where they called it by many names, gentrification or whatever. What happens is that poor people get screwed.
This is an example. You asked about the houses; they're gonna get flipped.
Right.
This will be a $400,000 house, and they got it for nothing.
Right.
And none of the people here have been hired, and see we buy cash for your house. They literally unloaded these investors and wholesalers and cash buyers and agent investors with all this generational wealth on these people who could not defend themselves. This is obviously low income housing, and I'm out here a lot, and you see people, and they have their animals, and they it's just the basic quality of life. But look right here across the street, it's all boarded up.
Robbie,
How you doing? How you doing?
Robbie, let me tell you something. Your story, this story here, is the story that's never told at the time that these things are occurring. And I think this is why we need a lot of, first of all, activist real estate agents, activist journalists doing the work out there. So I want to thank you so kindly for calling in to Politics Done right after you got off the Tamara for Georgia show, because I tell you, when I saw you on that show today and I saw what you had to show us, it was, we have to open this to a bigger audience. I don't want anybody to sit back and think this is a personal hit on Tyler or any other wealthy person, specifically wealthy person of color or whatever. But what I do believe is a wealthy person of color, given their upbringing and given where they came from, should
Right.
understand what the system has done to people for so long. And that they,
Exactly.
when they become that person into that field, that they would do better if they use that capitalist structure to excise or
Right.
extract from the community. The least you can do is put back.
Yeah, aquí, this is right. You're exactly, Egberto. But this is a flip. So you see them holding, you see them flipping here. That's a
Right,
lockbox. And
right,
look, we don't even like the people can't even walk here. You,
right.
you, you know, and we're gonna come here and you're gonna see more boarded up houses. You know what they do is they call these people, and then those people evict the people who's renting there. They don't renew their leases, and we wind up. You know, here's the bottom line. You know, the people who are being maligned by this, there's one consistency: are poor black people.
Right,
Period. Punto. That's the one consistency here. It's white people of affluence fine. It's black people of affluence fine. But the
right.
one consistency here is the only people being hurt and maligned are poor black people. Period.
Imagínate eso. Lo mismo siempre que pasa.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little crazy in Atlanta because you see this and you're like, well, shit. I'm sorry. We have a black mayor. You know, we have black council. We have you know, and that's why I'm like, this is not a tale of two cities anymore. They used to say that, like black and white, and underneath I-20, the main interstate. This is the third, and it's affluent, you know, and then it's poor black.
Well,
I mean, look at
Robbie,
this.
we did several shows on the reality is all these things about race and so forth. Race is just a tool for the capitalists. The reality of the matter is deeper than that. It's all about who has the capital, and it doesn't matter who has the capital. They are the ones who will continue to extract. They are the ones who will continue to succeed. Robby, Robby Caban, let me tell you, I want to thank you so kindly for being in front of the Tyler Perry studios and bringing us this report, letting America see what it's like. It's not always what you see on TV. The fanfare that you see on TV is not, sometimes it's a lot deeper than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the whole picture, I guess. I'm not trying to take away from what he's done. It's a major accomplishment, but at the end of the day, let me try to turn this around so you can see. I'm sorry, Roberto, hold on. Okay, aquí. This is, you know, Campbellton Road, and Tyler Perry's right down the street, and his wall's up, and, you know, this is Venetian Hills, and all these houses are boarded up. You know, they have allowed them to, there's not even a MARTA bus stop for the people. Thank God there's a sidewalk. But the people walking around, you see, these are regular people, and they're not being hired. They're not being hired by Tyler Perry.
Right.
How you doing, ladies? Hi. And the weird part is, you know, I just walked by those ladies. I didn't want to exploit them, but, you know, these people, they don't know me. They wave, they say hello, and it's baffling Tyler, I mean, he used to live in
a car.
in a car.
Yes.
Yeah. And I just don't understand. I don't understand.
That is what the folks that reach a certain level learn. There's a certain degree of less empathy that somehow comes along with capitalism. I hate to say it that way, but that seems to be what we get.
Well, Tamara and I were gonna, you know, maybe chat about this. Maybe we can all do it together. That there's like some, I don't know if it's what do you call internalized white supremacy? Like, why are you telling people to pull their pants up or what does that have to do?
Let me tell you,
with,
I'm glad that you said that. Internalized white supremacy. White supremacy has little to do with whiteness. White supremacy has to do with capitalism, with whiteness used as a tool, with racism used as a tool. Once we understand that, we will actually see that that's why you can have a Tyler Perry, a Oprah Winfrey, and a Beyonce, and still have this deep sense of a particular group of people being aggrieved But you know what is the interesting thing, Robbie?
Mm.
What's going to happen is as you extract more out of these folks, right? As you
Mhm.
extract more, you run out of people from whom to extract, and guess who you start extracting from? The people that used to be the supremes. So white supremacy has nothing to do with whites in the long run. In the long run, this system eats everybody.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you. I just, as a city of Atlanta taxpayer, I'm a homeowner, I'm a business owner, and I pay for these bonds and I pay for these streetscapes and these infrastructure. I pay for it all. I pay
Yes,
for our schools, and I don't even have kids, and I don't mind that because I know that the kids have to go to school, and that's going to affect me too if they don't go to school. Obviously, they're going to be doing other things. But I'm
right,
looking at this, and we funded this.
right,
We funded for-profit tours to come through our communities that have left us like this. We funded Tyler Perry. We
right,
allowed him to buy land at 300 acres on the low because he was supposed to help this community, and that mierda wall hasn't even come down.
there
And
you go.
instead, all these people came and gobbled up all these people's assets and kicked everybody out.
Right,
And
sad.
there's solutions. There are solutions. Like he has to hire unionized people. So our folks are not union because Georgia's a right to work state. So he has to bring in all these outside people. That's why these people aren't being hired. And what has happened is on the neighborhood association level, the affluent people get on his committee, his community engagement committee, which is laughable because they couldn't even vote. They had to change the bylaws because they didn't have quorum. That's how disconnected from the community they are. And they look down on these people. They say, oh, these people can't even pass a drug test. Well, these people came here, foreclosing on their other properties, buying up these properties on the low, getting on these committees, and then leveraging their positions for personal interest. They become consultants for these nonprofits. They become consultants. Their businesses become consultants. That's the story of the Capitol View Neighborhood Association president, a couple years ago. He's a consultant for a huge nonprofit, NEKC. His company is. They personally benefit from the city engagement structure, and the people who were supposed to benefit, the people who were supposed to, don't get anything. They
Right,
get the boot.
right, right. Wow, wow. Are
Boarded
you
up,
walking
boarded up.
towards the
Yes,
Tyler Perry studio now?
yeah. Right here's the wall. You can see it. And
Okay,
it's, and here, look, no hay ningún. There's no sidewalk here. Look at this. Right
right,
here, right? 17 Sound Studios, a tribute to Oprah. Fireworks, a tribute to Anita.
right.
Look at this. You see that man in the red shirt? I guess he put on a shirt now. I don't know. He's picking out of the garbage.
Yeah,
He's literally picking out of the garbage. And don't tell me these people don't want to work. I know they want to work. I used to run a community center. Everybody called me for work. They are not having true engagement. How can you? Look at this wall.
right. The wall separates, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's pointing. Oh, mira, this tree is the pole. And see, these people, they know what's happening in their community.
Yeah,
He pointed out this manhole. Look at this overgrowth. That's revenue we could get from these LLCs that hold it. Where the hell is the city?
right, right. Robby Caban. Mira, mujer. Muchísimas gracias por este reportaje. Wow.
Here's his compound, good for him. De nada.
Robby Caban, I think I see something in the background. What's that in the background?
That's the wall dividing Tyler Perry Studios and City of Atlanta side from the community of Oakland City and Southwest Atlanta.
In other words, there's a wall that divides.
Oh yeah, definitely. Here, let me show it to you. And they're removing trees, zoning applications. So City of Atlanta is completely aware because you see they're getting all these permits. Actually, see the razor wire on the
Right.
top?
Yes.
Okay. And then what is left for the community, the actual community, that made to some degree, so to a degree, him who he is. I mean, look at these bus stops. They don't even have a shelter right here.
Right.
This wall goes all the way down. And the folks, there's one food mart. It's a food desert. There's no businesses. The manholes are not covered. Our seniors, there's not even a sidewalk. And the sad part is when the elite people come and lobby, for this, they lobby for the agenda they want, sticking a person of color in front. But really, what people here need are jobs, are access to credit, are massive density, affordable housing. But the people who move here who are elite, they don't like density because they can't afford to live in Smyrna, Vinings, the affluent cities in Atlanta. So they try to turn this area into where they can't afford. That's why they don't allow parking at the public parks. They don't want people to come here. And I don't say that lightly because I've spoken with them for quite a while, and if you support bike lanes and you support things that you want, but you don't support holistic development, what does that say? I can't do anything but interpret your action with what you're doing.
Robby L. Caban from Atlanta, Georgia, in front of the Tyler Perry studios. Well, I should say in front of the Tyler Perry wall, the wall that separates the studio from the neighborhood they bought on the cheap. Thank you, Robby.
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Berta.